it out, man. It's Alchemist. It's the God right here.
Don't pee right here, you know what I'm saying? And don't be scared to get shitty, man. You know what I'm saying? UGTV is going down.
What's good, y'all? This is Music Soul Channel right now. You are checking out Urban Grind TV.
What up, man? This is Ludacris, and right now you are watching UGTV.
What's happening? It's the Teflon Don Ricky Rouse. And right now you rocking with Urban Grind TV. It's going down. Flock, man. Flock Bell install. 10, 5, 10 minutes. UGTV don't go nowhere.
Yo, what's up? It's Eric Sermon, the Green Light Bandit in Chi-Town. UGTV, you know how I do all day. Represent that. You know what time it is.
Joel Santana, and right now you checking out Urban Grind TV. Dipset for life, Skull Gang forever, Slow Bugs, keep up. Ooh.
What's up, it's the Patty Cake Man, and you are watching UGTV right here.
It's Big Snoop Dogg, Urban Grind TV, you understand me?
Urban Grind TV, Face Mob in the building. I'll let your motherfucking boy.
Killer Cam, King Joffrey, Joe, Spacey Sprockets, and right now you watching Urban Grind TV. You know what it is. Dipset, you win.
Yo, check it out, y'all. It's the dead. It's Raekwon the Chef, and you doing it big right now on Urban Grind TV.
What's good, man? It's the God. You know what it is. You watching UGTV.
Yo, what's up? It's DA to the Z, Urban Grind. You know what I mean? Television, keeping y'all updated. Get on the log in, email us, holler back. It's DA to the Z right here, Chicago, baby.
What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business, live from Smoky Studios.
It's your boy Sinister Entertainer, aka Mr. Sinister Music Group. It is Wednesday, Urban Grind Day.
And we got an amazing, super dope guest. It really see, there's kind of like levels to this stuff. I've met her and worked and watched her over the last 15 years myself, but she's like 3 decades deep. Everything from Universal Music Group, WGCI, BMG Distribution, Core DJ Retreats, and what she's here to talk about today is the Global Mixx Music and Film Forum, Miss Mary Datcher.
Miss Mary Datcher, that's why I first met her.
Yes.
Well, thank you for having me here.
It's our pleasure.
Welcome. We know that Global Mixx is about, what, 10, 12 days away now?
Oh, my God. It's, about 9 days away.
9 days away. It's going down to 15th Annual Global Mixx Music and Film Forum. It's November 8th through 10th. It's going to be at the Marriott in Midway. So for people that are not hip on it, give them a little bit of background of, you know, what Global Mixx provides. Like if they, what they would, like a teaser.
Yeah. So Global Mixx Music and Film Forum is an actual conference. And what we do is we provide that platform for people to experience the conference experience when they go to a music or film gathering. It's not a mixer. It's not one of those 2 to 3 hour showcase networking experiences. It's actually a whole schedule of activities that take place that involve from the VIP kickoff, where we actually do kind of get people riled up and expecting, meeting these wonderful people in the industry. And so that Saturday, November 9th, is actually where everything goes from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 9:30, nonstop, from panel discussions to master classes to a dance and actors workshop for those that are really trying to polish their ability in those spaces, to a speed mentoring session where people actually every 5 minutes get to meet different industry professionals from every field you can think of. And that allows them to actually meet these people that they may have heard of, or it's the first time that they're actually connecting. And then we have our keynote speakers. In film, we have Miss Christine Swanson, who is a film director, and she was very successful in her involvement with directing the Clark Sisters, the Lifetime movie that every black woman was in tune with once it came out, along with the Mickey Howard story. She directed that. Woman Althart Luce, she directed that. And then she has a new project that is being premiered at the Black Harvest Film Festival called Albany Road, which has been critically acclaimed by a lot of different reviewers. So she is going to be our film.
Is she from the crib? She from Chicago?
Yeah, she's from Chicago.
I love it.
Yeah, and actually, I take that back. She's not from Chicago. She's from Detroit. But she has filmed here a great deal on different productions.
Nice.
So, I wanted to give a spin to women in the business because we pretty much highlighted a lot of men, like for our keynote one-on-ones, even down to our co-chairs. And I said, wow, I never highlighted women, and I'm pro-women in terms of what we do and just highlighting our achievements. So this year I said, okay, we're going to do a film keynote woman, and then we're going to do a music keynote woman, which happens to be Selena Johnson,
Great pick.
Grammy-nominated R&B songwriter, television host, as well as an entrepreneur in her own set. Now she's from the crib, right?
Of course.
And so she'll be there as well and telling her story and really going in depth in terms of her journey in the music business. And so we have some wonderful people. Co-sign, 9-time Grammy-nominated producer, will be heading up the music masterclass, which involves Taronda, which involves DJ Khalid, and the producer Classic. So there's going to be 2.5 hours of him doing this for people that need to know how to formulate their song from the very beginning all the way to the end, and then encouraging a lot of our attendees to bring their USBs so that they can listen to your music and really critique it and let you know what's hot, what needs to be worked on, or even the fact that they can bring you together with other people that can collaborate with you. So when I tell you it's nonstop, it is nonstop. The actors panels, the social media influencer panels, the podcast and streaming panels. We try to make sure that we keep people abreast of the new business model, because right now it's moving fast. Wally, you wrote the book, and making sure people understand the business of it is important. We are expecting so many young high school students and college students to attend. They attend for free. We get sponsors to sponsor them so that they're there understanding that outside of the creative and the production, the filmmaking, and the social media posting and the video editing, that you have to understand how to read a contract. You got to know what that looks like. You got to understand the importance of making sure that your business financially is in check, but also protecting your licensing, your image, your copyrights.
All your intellectual property.
Intellectual properties all day. That is the name of the game. And without being taken by people who claim that they can do that, but you need to recognize fact from fiction, and we don't do that a lot. We just trust, go on our instinct. Hey man, you cool, you good. You
taking care of that. He got me. He got me. Don't worry about it.
And so that's not what Global Mixx is about. It really is about professional development in creative industries.
You kind of went right. I wanted to back it up because I learned something when I wrote the book and talking with other people. As Randy told me, he says we're cursed with the gift of knowledge. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to back it up. There's a lot of stuff, but I want to, more importantly, is who should definitely be part of Global Mixx. What kind of rappers, right? Producer. I'm just saying, what kind of people need to attend this?
I think everybody, because what happens is that even the folks that have been in it for a while, they have to polish their chops. It is not the same business 30, 20, even 10 years ago. It's just not the same business. So, when I talk to some of my colleagues who I've known for 3 decades, they're still trying to figure out things like, oh yeah, should we break a record at a DJ pool? Okay, there are some digital DJ pools, but at this juncture, no.
So it's a crash course if you're in the entertainment, music business, acting, he's podcasting, influencer.
Yeah.
So anybody that wants to kind of find their niche, they can go and they get. I mean, I don't think people always get the value of it. This is a crash course. This is something that you would literally spend thousands of dollars doing separately, spend months of your life, and you're probably not going to get the specialist and the attention that you would in this weekend.
It's good education though.
And it's open to all ages because you mentioned students.
It's open to all ages. And the other part of that Wally, is that it's about relationship building and it's about networking. Your host, he and I was talking before we went on camera, and a lot of young people, they're so focused on their phones that they miss the networking experience of getting to know you as a person, getting to know what you've done, how you've done it, and the tonality of your voice. What does that mean? Sometimes when we are texting or posting things so much, we miss the fellowship part. That's why churches are so important to communities, because it's not that we can't learn the biblical word at home. It's about going out to church and networking and fellowshipping and hearing the word in a way that touches you, because next to somebody else, it may touch them a different way. It's the same thing when you're getting out here in the streets and attending these type of conferences. We came up when there was way more conferences and exposure than now. Now it's like you're literally digging to find credible conferences that won't, shake you down.
Is that a challenge, you think, in trying to get the word out to like new people about Global Mixx?
Oh yeah.
Because there's not a lack of awareness, right? Yeah. It's a generational thing.
Yeah, it's not even just the awareness. You try to explain, and they don't have anything to compare it with.
Right.
See, that's the other part. We had several different conferences to compare it with, knowing that it was important for us to be there because people that we may have communicated with via phone or internet, now we get an opportunity to sit across from them and break bread. And when you do that, you get to know who that person is, they get to know who you are, and then they can return your phone call faster, return your email or text, allow you to have a space on their show, or even on certain collaborations.
And it's them people knowing who you are and you know who they are.
Yeah.
So it's even sometimes you pocket it, right?
Yeah.
You get it like
sometimes it's just like getting the chance to read each other's personality too, because everything, like she said, the tonality of it. So it's hard to read your personality from a text message because it's just words. Mm-hmm. It's how you say it and the level of voice you say it. It's the smugness or the properness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you know what I'm saying? It's people skills.
Yeah, you hit it on the head.
I could totally see that, because if they just judge out, like if you just try to follow Mary during Global Mixx, she's gonna be like boom, boom, boom. Hey, because it's like it's because you're busy running stuff. And if they came and followed me on a shoot, then it'd be like, because you're distracted. That's one thing I like about it. This gives you extra opportunity. So they'll see you at a panel, then you might meet them at the cookie station or getting some juice, and then you're talking. There's downtime. You're watching other panels. So there's mingling and stuff like that going on. What I really liked was the brunch. Mm-hmm. Talk to them about the brunch.
Yeah, so the brunch, we do that on a Sunday. Our Sunday, we call it the Power Brunch. And this year, we are celebrating 20 years of Heron Trax L, really dope brother who's been in the business for 20 years, and he has worked with probably every drill or hip-hop artist that you may have heard from Chicago.
I met him and Marvel at the same time.
Yes.
Shout out to the guys, and really dope people. He's also a veteran, I believe, as well.
He's a veteran.
Yes.
And he definitely wants to make sure that more veterans in the creative space. When I say creative space, it doesn't necessarily have to be music, but overall, if you are an aspiring filmmaker, or you're a content provider, or you're doing management, anything in that space, public relations, then we want to make sure that we welcome you to this. And with Heron, like yourself, he is a military veteran, And I remember at one point when I worked for Congressman Rush, because that was, during the pandemic, I wore my other hat. He called me, he said, hey, I'm having issues with certain benefits, because he lived in Canada and it was hard for him to access that. And because me knowing him in the business, I was like, oh, I knew the exact person he needed to talk to. Don't go through the VA. Let me give you this person to talk to. And I connected him with an older veteran, and she actually became good friends with him and made sure that he got all his benefits. And that's because me being in the music business, got to know Heron. Heron was like, I don't know where to go. I've been trying. And then now my new hat, dealing in government, I'm like, oh, that's nothing but a word. And that comes from relationships. having that relationship with people and talking to them to find out exactly what you do, you know? So we want to make sure that young people understand that, but we also want to make sure that our industry veterans, and I say veterans in terms of professionals that have been in it for a while, they get more grooming too to adjust to this new business formula that we're seeing.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true, because the new generation can go this way, and the veterans kind of go this way, and you'll see, because a lot of the people that didn't adapt, they didn't come back after the pandemic.
No.
There was a lot more people kind of doing what other people did. It was a lot, and I liked it because it gave a variety of stuff. You know, we kind of fed off each other, but the people that didn't get serious, that didn't understand the business, the workshop, the IP side, what Mary's talking about, they don't survive.
No.
And if this is like your passion and you're investing your money and your time and you're away from your family, right, creating something, why not have something you can use? Why not have something that you can pass on? It's good for, 7 generations after you pass away, and it's art.
Yo, what's the word? It's SMG Zello, aka Thought Boy Zello, the Talk a Lot artist, man. In the beginning, it was hard for me to get exclusives and to get promo for my music. But guess what? UGTV has that, man. Call the number below, and they will help you out, man. It was the best thing I did for myself.
Mujeriego y mentiroso, mira lo que he llegado yo. Ah, mira. Y ahora estoy buscando y rogando por perdón. ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¿Qué?
Oh, they been hard. I'm recording now?
Yeah,
I'm gonna beat y'all hoes ass as soon as I catch y'all. Let go.
Hey, who made it?
Red. If it was a problem, we supposed to be cool, then bitch, you should've told me. Thinking how I should go fuck on that nigga and take him, but that was the old me. When the hate don't work, they start telling lies. Yeah, that what you showed me. Keep telling your friends I ain't even all that. Girl, you just mad 'cause he chose me. You cannot be cool with a bitch that like to eat coochie 'cause she gon' want eat you. How you sit on your ass all day and don't make a profit? Hold that what that weed do. You niggas be bitches, y'all stand y'all feelings. I'm starting to think that y'all bleed too. Plus I like my niggas straight out of the pen, 'cause most of you niggas too see through. It's getting hotter, I feel the weather. Yes, I do think that I'm big and better. They asking did my nigga peel a fella. Yes, but he gon' come home and we gon' have kids together. I keep it cordial, ain't trusting these hoes. They doing shit right up under your nose. They say that it's more about respect, now it's about that dick. You know how that goes, but bitch don't call me. Tryna have smoke, her about a nigga. Her about a nigga. Say that y'all doing it big over there, baby. We doing way bigger. I had my fun with him, gave him right back. So what is the issue? What is the issue? Say that she gon' be my ass when she see me. He must be the nigga. Hold do not call me. Tryna have smoke, her about a nigga. Her about a nigga. Say that y'all doing it big over there, baby. We doing way bigger. I had my fun with him, gave him right back. So what is the issue? What is the issue? Say that she gon' be my ass when she see me. He must be the nigga. I ain't arguing with no bitch. That look like the hash, lean, slouch. Got no respect for herself. She fucked on the game and he passed. Swear to the Lord, got them screaming, I preach. Now they should make me pastor. Run up a check, put it all in their face so these bitches can hate me faster. I'm like a runner man. Real go to this shit, they don't understand. No Lola, I been had 100 bands. Since that rich chocolate look like I just got 100 tans. Real boss, no back talking. Y'all tweeted about him, now you back stalking. See if that was me, I be back dogging. Have my new nigga in the back closet, but you bitch made. They gon' do nothing but watch your bitch page. Try to piece together what a bitch say, but I'm used to it. Been had hoes bother since the 6th grade. If you want, I can show you how to be a dog, bitch, no kissing. I feel bad for you on the low, 'cause I know you fucked up being dizzy. But bitch, don't call me. Tryna have smoke, her about a nigga. nigga. Say that y'all doing it big over there, baby, we doing way bigger. I had my fun with him, gave him right back, so what is the issue? Say that she gon' be my ass when she see me, he must be the nigga. Hold do not call me, tryna hear smoke, about a nigga. Say that y'all doing it big over there, baby, we doing way bigger. I had my fun with him, gave him right back, so what is the issue? Say that she gon' be my ass when she see me, he must be the nigga.
Are you an artist, model, or entertainer? Do you need help with bookings, castings, or even engagement on your platforms? Hit up UrbanGrindTV today and let them get you right.
What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business from UrbanGrindTV. I'm here to announce my brand new book is out. It's available everywhere books are sold. It's titled Music is My Business, the ultimate startup guide to the music business. You can check it out at musicbusinessebook.com, Amazon Books, Barnes & Nobles, and everywhere that books are sold. And it will help you turn your love for music into a sustainable career. Check us out, musicbusinessebook.com. What is your favorite thing about doing Global Mixx?
Oh, wow. Showcasing great talent from our city, making sure that there is a legacy involved. You know, sometimes we do the heavy lifting and the hard work, and we get so caught up in the race of achieving your goal that we don't stop to really share that knowledge and to connect people, and that's part of your legacy. And I think this is part of my legacy, where people poured into me. So my favorite part is pouring into others and giving them that platform, and giving people like yourself the same platform to pour into others. Because, like, again, we're lifing. Life be lifing.
Yes. And we said this last week. This kind of networking only goes on in person. This is not something that you're gonna get through social media. It's not something that you can pay somebody else to do for you. This is the real. There's nothing beats like being in person.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be there and know them and recognize them. And I think what you're preparing them for, and this is something that I preach here, Mary, is that I feel like there's two sides. That everybody in entertainment and let's say music is in one side or the other. The music industry will keep you working for free forever. We're just having fun. We're ignorant to the business. We're ignorant to the cost, the sacrifices you have to make to do it. Where the music business is saying, you know what, there's a value to this. There's a structure, there's an organization, and we can, you know, if I'm making $1 and you're making $1 and she's making $1, we get together, we could actually split $20. And it doesn't take anything from me to help you and to work with you and vice versa. Right. And that's why it's not Mary on all the panels. Mary puts on everybody else in front of it and has them speak, because she knows pull the best of the best. And 30 years in the business, journalism, publication, George's Music Room, which is one of my personal favorites. You know, that's funny, because you get hit with that a lot, because that's probably like a small piece of your career, but
yeah, but it's a great part of my career, because George has been a tremendous mentor to me. We have kind of grown up, if you can believe it or not, in this business, where I've seen the heartache, I've seen the challenges, I've seen him really put in a lot and lose a lot. and then rise up from, the flames to do what he does. And so George, reminds me of the importance of entrepreneurship and having your own brand and having that ownership. And he taught so many people, especially in the Lawndale community, because one thing that people don't realize now, especially this next generation, they never had real record stores on damn near every block throughout our neighborhoods. When we grew up, we knew it was at least 15 record stores within a community, maybe 2 miles radius from each other. And so when I would get artists that would come through Chicago and I would have to plan out their itinerary, typical promo run would be 3 days. Literally 3 days. Meaning that we would have to spend 1 day on the south side, another day on the west side, and then maybe that other day where we might have to stretch out to Waukegan and visit Peyton, shout out to Peyton, or visit another spot in Bellwood, because we want to make sure that we're touching upon. And the beautiful thing about record stores is that it was the conduit between aspiration and hope, meaning that young people who would have never had met a Missy Elliott or even a Jay-Z or even a Scarface or Ice Cube, they saw them in person at a record store. Yep. And most of them saw them in person at George's because he made it an experience. He would barbecue, give away 300, 400 hot dogs and hamburgers. I would know because I would have to go down to the meat market before it became Fulton Place, but the actual meat market on Fulton, and buy all of these cases of meat so that we would put them on the grill and give the kids out free food while they met their favorite artists.
Making an event. So if you're not from Chicago, if you're listening at home or watching us on TV, how could you just describe, I don't want to go too off because I know we're here for Global Mixx. Mm-hmm. How would you describe what George's Music Room was? And because I know there's some new stuff going on. What would you tell somebody, like, what is George's Music Room if they asked you?
Yeah, George's Music Room was a community hub that happened to be a record store. And I say community hub, meaning that the community felt ownership of it. It was the anchor to other businesses on that Roosevelt business corridor, and it just helped inspire and give so many young people and even young adults hope that, wow, I can do this. I can better my lifestyle. I met blah blah blah. I can't believe I actually met blah 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 2 blocks from my house. And then see all these incredible people come to the hood. We talking about Roosevelt and Independence. Come to the hood and be as comfortable. And so that was the kind of hope that George's Music Room and so many other record stores. Let me say shout out to Fletcher's, shout out to all the other stores, Parties, Pepmo's, I can go on and on.
Mary,
yeah,
I was one of those people. So I never got to participate in a live event, but going in there as a kid, and he had all the Polaroids. Yeah. So he had Polaroids of everybody, Tupac and Biggie and everybody, like literal Polaroids of him, and they're in the store. And I would buy my music and stuff from there. This was CDs. You waited until it came out. We had to go to the store and buy it. So like, seeing that was so inspiring to me. Like, just like it blew my mind. I'm like, these guys come to Chicago? That's the first thing I thought. Like, they come to Chicago. And then, getting to know George, right, the Godfather, and then knowing what a cool guy he is, like, how awesome. Everybody loves him. The guy, so, and I think they got some status now. He had like a landmark status or something.
No. So what we're working on now is that the building that...
She said no.
The building that originally housed George's Music Room is been bought by a not-for-profit foundation who's been investing a lot in the Lawndale community. And so we're in the middle right now, just really working with the elected officials, community stakeholders, and the foundation on what that building is going to represent. But they know that they want it to still make sure that the legacy of George's Music Room lives on, and that they want George to head that initiative up. So we're in discussion with them. We want it to be a community project so that people really embrace it. The new generation understands what that looks like. Their parents know, even their grandparents know. And we want to make sure that we bring that vibrance back to the Roosevelt business corridor that has lost a lot of that, especially after the pandemic.
Mary, you literally started on the ground in the record stores, up through journalism and everything, like the ground up.
I started the ground. Let me say this. I started the ground up as an intern at WGCI, and then I started being in the streets working with the Hot Mixx 5. So the Hot Mixx 5 was the first real DJ team in the country that happened to break and play a lot of house music.
Mickey, Mixx, and Oliver, right?
Mickey, Mixx, and Oliver, Kenny Jam and Jason, Ralphie Rosario, Mario Smokin' Diaz, Edward Get Down Crosby, Steve Silk Hurley, Farley, Funk Master Funk. You had so many different guys rolling through Hot Mixx 5, but shout out to Edward Get Down Crosby because he was one of my key mentors. Kenny Jam and Jason gave me my first beeper. Ralphie, all of them was also producers, and they were putting out records. And so my first promotions in the clubs was delivering some of their records that they would produce and dropping them off at some of the clubs. I was still in high school, and that's when I started to understand the power of street promotions and started my own company.
I mean, this has got to be where your passion comes from. 15 years, you created a platform, and I don't think people get to understand the whole value. The ticket's not, it's like $125. What is it?
Well, the VIP is $125. The general admission is $65.
I mean, and they get everything. They get the whole, all day.
We cater luncheon. It's free parking at the Marriott Midway Hotel.
It's a great place. I liked it. I loved it. We did last year. I thought it was a great location.
It is.
Let's talk. You got an artist showcase you guys do as well?
Yes, we're doing an artist showcase that evening. Last year we had it off premise. This year I'm having everything that day at the hotel. So when people get their room, they ain't got to worry about it. They come downstairs, boom. They do the panels. We have the showcase kicking off at 7:30, going on for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then we wrap up, and then that's when we go Sunday into the Power Brunch.
The Power Brunch
which is going to be at Salerno's.
Salerno's, okay.
Yeah.
You've had so many different people that have been performed on here. I mean, everybody from Kanye, right? Common, yeah. Is there anybody that's ever told you no and that has regretted and come back later and said, all right, I'm gonna do it for you this year?
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna. Let me tell you a really fast Jay-Z story. So, Ludacris had sponsored our awards ceremony one year at the Park West, and this is when we had all the DJs from everywhere. We had the heavy hitters, club bangers, the Bump Squad DJs, Super Friends, the Affiliates, Murder Mommies, club bangers, soul selectors. And I tell you, we had at least about 8 different DJ crews all over, all over the place, and they came in. And Jay-Z, we were always talking about who's going to chair, who's going to be the chair. So one year we had Kanye and Common chair, and then they did a big show at the Congress Theater. So then I'm like, look, we want to, see if we can get Jay. We're talking to Def Jam at the time. So Jay-Z was like, they were like, well, he wants to chair. I said, okay, so how can we make that happen? Well, he wants to be the only chair. And I think at the time we also had Ludacris. I said, well, Ludacris is already agreed, and can they co-chair? And I think it was more or less like, nah, he wants to be the chair. And this is before he became that mogul. This was, he still had, he had Reasonable Doubt. He was still getting his grind out there. And I was like, yeah, I don't mind, but it can't just be about Jay, right? And so we just kind of laughed it off, and I just said, okay, well, maybe next year we'll be able to do it. And next year he didn't do it.
You followed up. She did.
Yeah. Yeah, next year he didn't do it, which was cool because we had to switch gears. I think that was the last year where we actually did the DJ only. And we said we want to go ahead and drop the DJ side and then just do the music retreat so that people start getting the panels and the seminar portion, because earlier on it was all about getting the labels to come in, bring the artists in, have the DJs connect with the artists, do the parties, the listing parties. They would go to the strip club. They do all the stuff that most of the label people want to wine and dine. And what was happening is that it was missing the point, because we would have all the stuff laid out, and then you would have one or two executives say, well, I'm just going to bring a group of DJs to Gibson's. And it's like, okay, well, we have this listing party going on over here, and we want to make sure that they connect with some of the people that have actually paid to attend. And here you are trying to work your thing. So finally, when I talked to some of the DJs, I said, well, we just can't continue to fly in on a weekend that we make our money. What's going to keep us to continue? Because we're growing. And they're right. DJ Khaled, personal example. DJ Khaled, me and him was on a lot of street teams together. He was the guy in Miami. He wrapped his vehicles to make sure that he promoted his street teams. You went to Miami, Khaled was that person you dealt with. He took you around to all the clubs, all the retail. He was on point, very business oriented. And then he transitioned into doing the production. So a lot of these DJs were actually grooming themselves to be business people, to be producers, or to be management. And that's why we transition into doing panels, so that it gives them a platform to help them go to the next level. And then everyone else came along for the ride. Like, okay, well, we got the DJs learning, but we need the artists to learn. We need the management to learn. We need attorneys to come in and talk about publishing and all of that, how to protect yourself. And so that's how it really began to grow. And even with the film side, we were realizing a lot of our music people were going into film, and then the film people were transitioning into music. And so, while we were having one day film and then one day music, because we were trying to fit in everything. So after the pandemic, I said, you know what, we need one day, everybody in the same building, because that's how this grows. It's not separation. You got to have everybody in the same building collaborating, because it's just too many cross-promotional efforts that are being made. And Chicago is not as big as you think. I think the problem is that with a lot of our artists, you can't see something that you don't know. And so everyone's in these cycles, right? Like, oh, well, I already know what I'm doing. I already got what I have. I don't need nobody to tell me what I need to do. Somebody told one of my people, oh, I'm over networking. Never over network.
Right.
Ever. I deal with a lot of high profile people, and when I tell you there's always some fundraiser, some event, some reception for even the most high profile and richest people. They have to continue to network.
Yep.
This is how they build their wealth. This is how they build their intel to wealth. And this is where you have to start. And Global Mixx provides that platform. But you got to get out what you need to get out. So in other words, don't just show up and sit there and look blank. Really take in that. Meet you, get your QR code business card scanned so that you can get those contacts in your phone. Bring your USB with your music so that we can plug it in and you can have people that actually do this for a living. Listen, see if it's worth you pursuing, if it's the right single,
That's a
things of that
one.
nature.
We gotta help some OGs out here too. What do you want?
Yo, what's the word? It's SMG Zello, aka Thought Boy Zello, to talk a lot artists, man. In the beginning, it was hard for me to get exclusives and to get promo for my music. But guess what? UGTV has that, man. Call the number below and they will help you out, man. It was the best thing I did for myself.
Mujeriego y mentiroso, mira lo que he llegado yo. Mira. Y ahora estoy buscando y rogando por perdón.
No soy héroe, soy rebelde. Quiero más verde. Tengo la sangre de jefe. No le tengo miedo a la muerte. No le tengo miedo a la muerte. Nunca he tenido suerte. Nunca he tenido suerte. No le tengo miedo a la muerte. Yeah. Never been afraid of death. Miss my father and I know that I'ma see him when I die. Still waiting on the grim reaper. When he gonna get me till I pull up in the month and take me to the other side. I'm an Aztec warrior princess. I got all of my scars in the trenches. Yeah, I've been to the top with the riches. And I didn't get along with them bitches. Bitch, I'm different. Y'all so insistent. Can't stop popping in the world she invented. No importa lo que diga la gente. This the baddest bitch north of the puente. I said quiero más verde. Mama told me trabaja más fuerte. Mama told me that I gotta work harder. Splash on them like Hurricane Harbor. Got the best flow in the game and my bars way smarter. Tell my haters I'ma go farther. Went to superstar from a barber. Cut like a blade, I'm sharper. 24/7, think of going up to heaven. God up there, just like I'm living. When you die, they only cry for what you did. And if you buzzing, never gave a fuck about what you didn't do or who you wasn't. No soy héroe, soy rebelde. Quiero más verde. Tengo la sangre de jefe. No le tengo miedo a la muerte. No le tengo miedo a la muerte. Nunca he tenido suerte. Nunca he tenido suerte. No le tengo miedo a la muerte. Haters out here looking scared like a ghost on the screen. But it's me with the trophy in my hand. I'm the man with the plan. Boss bitch of the land. Sun City, I ran it. When I win, they panic. New player unlocked. Since I got my points up, now I'm reaching new levels. Since I climbed up the ladder, since my skills got better. Since my catch got fatter, I've been hot like peppers. I'm a soldier from a tribe, but between you and I, man, this life so hard. Like the center of a star, I'ma keep getting brighter. Like a room full of lighters, I'ma set this bitch on fire. Yeah, and I don't need no luck. Popping in the cut like some blood in your wounds. When I call up the goons, fuck up y'all up the news. From the south, we the true Texas. What it do? Used to work retail. How the hell we fail? No, we can't do that. Got my team on my back, got my fam on my shoulders. Feeling like boulders. So tell me when the struggle gonna be over. Tired of karma kicking my ass. Had to learn my lesson now, no, I can't look back. From the devil's triangle to the city of angels. Little KP for Central, really out here turning tables, yeah. No soy héroe, soy rebelde. Quiero más verde. Tengo la sangre de jefe. No le tengo miedo a la muerte. No le tengo miedo a la muerte. Nunca he tenido suerte. Nunca he tenido suerte. No le tengo miedo a la muerte.
Are you an artist, model, or entertainer? Do you need help with bookings, castings, or even engagement on your platforms? Hit up UrbanGrindTV today and let them get you right.
What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business from UrbanGrindTV. I'm here to announce my brand new book is out. It's available everywhere books are sold. It's titled Music is My Business, the ultimate startup guide to the music business. You can check it out at musicbusinessebook.com, Amazon Books, Barnes & Nobles, and everywhere that books are sold. And it will help you turn your love for music into a sustainable career. Check us out, musicbusinessebook.com. What would you like your legacy to be with Global Mixx?
You know, the legacy of Global Mixx is to, and I put it just right there, pay it forward. You know, if someone does a bid for you, you have to pay it forward. that's just really the laws of attraction. That's the universe. You can't just consume all of that for yourself and then you expect people to be beholden to you. It's not going to happen. So my legacy is about paying it forward. You know, people allowed me to stand on their shoulders, and you know, allowing people to stand on my shoulders, and I want people to allow others to stand on their shoulders, because this is how this works. You know, you can't do it by yourself.
No, you can't. There's a thing we said, it takes a team.
It takes a team.
And you gotta know people. And who's gonna come to your party?
Yeah.
If you don't even know nobody, like, you know, like you gotta network. So they want to get tickets. They want to get like a vendor, because I think I've seen some really good vendors. So every year, I think there's a lot more people that would definitely need to tap in. They can get some vending space.
Yeah.
If they want to like get more information, they want to get tickets, maybe they want to do some business, how can they find you?
They can find us on our website, globalmixx.org. Again, remember the 2 X's, globalmixx.org.
How'd you come up with the name?
Oh, that's a funny one. I got to give shout out to DJ Scrap Dirty from Violator All-Star. We were coming up with names after we decided to split from or DJ Retreat. And I said, man, I can't, the domain name for Global Mixx with 1 X is gone. I can't secure it. And he and I was talking, he's like, did you try 2 X's? I said, I never thought about that, Scrap. And that's how we did it.
But the name itself, Global Mixx.
Global Mixx to me was homage to interfacing everybody, all types of people, all walks of life, giving a platform to everybody that feel like they need to be in the mix, and to make sure that this is a global movement. So in other words, it's not black, it's not white, it's not Latino, it's a whole gumbo mix of people that can come together and feel comfortable, you know? So that's where we came. That's why I came up
with
the term Global Mixx, because I wanted it to be a mixture of everything.
Amazing, man. So if they want to tap in, they get tickets. Do you ever take it outside of Chicago? Is Global Mixx ever going to be something that you're going to move on the road?
Let me tell you, one year we tried Dominican Republic, and I had to cancel because it was a big
expensive
hurricane.
Oh, and hurricane. How do you even plan for hurricane?
I was like, I can't lose money. So
right.
I ended up canceling that year.
But what about domestically?
Domestically, no. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm a diehard Chicago. Grew up on the West Side. I truly believe that we have to showcase our city. Atlanta does it with, AC3. They did it back in the day with Jack the Rapper. That's how a lot of people ended up in Atlanta, was actually Jack the Rapper was their first exposure to Atlanta. And so when that happened, people were moving down there. Chicago has to have an anchor event. And Global Mixx is that anchor event. We lose people sometimes when we spread ourselves out. I don't mind the smaller, the pop-up Global Mixx events that we are looking at to do. But when it comes to the base conference, we want Chicago to be that anchor event. We want Chicago to come in to experience Chicago. We want to make sure that people spend money in Chicago. And so that's why it will never be outside of Chicago as a main conference.
I said that's a valid reason. Super valid. So I want to thank you again for coming out today. The Global Mixx is November 8th through 10th, right?
Yep.
Marriott Midway Hotel.
Midway.
Free parking.
Free parking. Hey, that's a dope place.
That's the best part about it.
You're gonna meet tons of people. Trust me, UrbanGrindTV will be in the building. We're gonna be covering it, networking. Come by, say what's up, checking on the panels. Bring your business cards. Your media, your content, because you come there. Whatever you come there, if you don't leave with like 10 or 14 numbers, like you ain't working hard enough. You're not really there to work. So man, make sure you pay it forward. That's the motto.
Yeah.
Global Mixx. So before we get out of here, I want to catch you with something that we've been doing here on Urban Grind. That's
keep it real.
It's called Let's Keep It Real.
Let's keep it real.
And I love to have these talks, and it's just a couple questions, nothing serious. But so I like to ask these questions, and maybe we can give the audience or something raw. So, what's a decision that you made in your career that you regretted, and why?
I think a decision I made that I have a little bit of regret, just a smidget, is that David Linton was the VP of Polygram Records at the time, and I was doing a lot of street promotions for Polygram, and I would come to New York a lot, and we would just always vibe. And he said, "I want to offer you a position to do radio promo, but you have to go to Detroit." And I was like, "Detroit?" And he was like, "Look, be there for like a year and a half at the most, and then we can transfer you to a bigger market." And all I can think was my experience that I had working for Def Jam in Dallas, which was not great. And even though it's 4.5 hours up the road, it was not this Detroit that we see today. It was grimy. It was like 8th Mile, Eminem, Detroit. And I said, nah, I can't do that. And when I look back on that, I knew that was just a stepping stone to something bigger. And sometimes we have to kind of look beyond what's totally in front of us, but look beyond it. And that was one of the lessons that I had to learn, like, wow, I can't just judge the book by its cover. This was not about the city. This was about getting experience and building ground and having him as my mentor to do that.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. So your advice to somebody that may have encountered something similar to that, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I would just kind of look and deconstruct and reconstruct the situation. You know, do a pros and cons list. What are your pros and what are your cons? You know, how is this going to help you grow? And if it's not going to take too much off of your time, look at it as an investment, because that's important. And I'm telling you, sometimes we miss those opportunities because we're so focused on it got to be this way and it can't be that way. You got to have some flexibility. You really do.
Isn't that true?
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed. I think there may be something that comes with age, so we get so used to like, all right, this works.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna change if it works? But the whole world is changing around us every day, so we gotta change with it.
Have to be change is inevitable.
Oh yeah.
It's not a it's not a question of if, it's when it's gonna happen.
It is.
Changes one of the only constant things, so you gotta be prepared for it and be able to adapt.
You ain't lying. So before we get out of here, Mary, one more time, where can I hit you at? Where can I find you?
They can hit us on IG, Global Mixx with 2 X's Music, or at M Datcher, which is my personal IG. And they can also hit us at Global Mixx on Facebook, Global Mixx, on YouTube, Global Mixx on X, formerly Twitter. I'm not on Snapchat, don't want to be on Snapchat, and yeah, or even they can hit me on a professional tip at LinkedIn. Because we forget about LinkedIn, y'all. That's the professional
What
platform.
about, is it Christian Mingle / Global Mixx?
Look, I'm not trying to look for no husband on Christian
Don't
Mingle.
find it. Don't hit her. Just hit her on LinkedIn. Hit her on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Hit her on LinkedIn. She wants to see how much business connects you got, right?
Yes.
And then you
good
see if
credit scores.
you see credit score apply.
Yeah.
Sinister, where can I find you at, brother?
You can find me at sinistermusicgroup.com. That's SINISTA musicgroup.com. Links to all platforms on there.
That's right. It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is my business. Follow me at UrbanGrindTV on all social media, and come out and meet me November 8th through 10th at the Global Mixx this year. See you next week.
Yo.
Yo, what's the word? It's SMG Zello, aka Thought Boy Zello, the Talk A Lot artist, man. In the beginning, it was hard for me to get exclusives and to get promo for my music. But guess what? UGTV has that, man. Call the number below, and they will help you out, man. It was the best thing I did for myself.
buscando y rogando por perdón. ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¿Qué?
Are you an artist, model, or entertainer? Do you need help with bookings, castings, or even engagement on your platforms? Hit up UrbanGrindTV today and let them get you right.
What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business from UrbanGrindTV. I'm here to announce my brand new book is out. It's available everywhere books are sold. It's titled Music Is My Business, the ultimate startup guide to the music business. You can check it out at musicbusinessebook.com, Amazon Books, Barnes & Nobles, and everywhere that books are sold. And it will help you turn your love for music into a sustainable career. Check us out, musicbusinessebook.com.